Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. This is Naveen Ferguson. I'm so glad to have you here. Okay, before we get into your reading, I just want to remind you to please like, share, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon, and feel free to further support the channel by becoming a Patreon member at patreon.com/Naveen Ferguson. I have two tiers there. The first one is the Key membership, where you have full general card readings, early viewings, and psychic hits. And then you have the second tier, which is the Lotus membership. There you have full general card readings, early viewings, and the new segment Sun and Moon readings. Also psychic hits, eligibility to suggest readings, and eligibility for random personal readings. You can also further donate to the channel, and I also offer personal readings. So the information for all of that is in the description box below. Okay, thank you, and now let's get on with your reading. Hi, what's up, Gemini? I hope you're doing well. Welcome to the channel. This is Naveen Ferguson, and we are going to go ahead with your Sun and Moon reading for June the 3rd to the 28th of 2024. Gemini, the Sun and Moon reading is primarily for Lotus members on my Patreon page. And in order, of course, to see the entire reading, you'd have to consider becoming a Lotus member. Gemini, I am also trying to create a members page on my YouTube so that those of you who are more keen to gravitating and navigating YouTube, if you share and subscribe to the YouTube channel, if I get over 1,000 subscribers, I'd then be able to create a membership page on YouTube, which would make things a little bit easier for you, because that way I can duplicate what I offer on Patreon to my YouTube page, as well as creating, some special stuff for YouTube members only. So yeah, that's a thing. But for right now, one of the best ways to help support the channel, of course, is to become a Patreon member, and then you would also be privy to full readings as well as other things, which would be explained further in the intro message and of course the outro message. Okay, now you'll see the reading, yes, but to see the full reading, like I said, you'd have to become a Lotus member for the Sun and Moon reading. That's where it will be. But there will be a preview, so hopefully you'll get something out of this as best you can, what's meant for you. And hopefully you'll consider becoming a Patreon member and continuing the growth of the channel. Okay, so this is a Sun and Moon reading for Gemini for June the 3rd to the 28th, 2024. So right here will be, we're doing the Sun sign first. So right here will be the core personality or your sense of self during the time of the reading. This card right here will be your basic preferences for the time of the reading. This will be what's happening in your romantic life, and this will be how you're moving through life at this time. Okay, let's get into it. So Gemini, wow, the Two of Cups. I sense right now you're in two particular minds. It's not necessarily that uncommon for Gemini in certain respects, but I sense that you're struggling in your external world. You're struggling with almost like a change that is almost required of you, or adapting. Yes, I think that's a better word. It's almost like you're struggling to adapt in your external world at this time. Perhaps there's a change in your environment, a change in your working dynamics, or perhaps a relationship or family dynamics or something like that. But it's also almost like a struggle to adapt to a higher sense of being or a sense of accomplishment of sorts, or a belief that you can pursue, or a belief that you can become more, or doubting yourself. Yeah, I think that's the better understanding of what's coming through in your external world, especially in your core self, as it expresses out. You're in a level of doubt right now of being able to move forward, or being able to accomplish something that is required, or even for some of you, whereby there may be external factors where they believe that you can do it, but you yourself are doubting that you could do it. And that's what's going on with your internal self as it relates to your outer world. The universe is saying that's normal sometimes when it comes to certain adaptations and changes in life, especially when you're trying to elevate, when you're trying to move forward and up, and then you're given the opportunity and you're wondering, well, okay, I'm here now, I have the opportunity or the open door, can I actually do it? You know what I mean? And that's where the test comes in certain respects. Further clarification, thank you, universe. Yeah, see what I mean? Oh my gosh, the Eight of Swords energy. And this is where some of those aspects of doubt is coming in. But I sense with the Eight of Swords, those doubts are laced with wanting to please and not disappoint other individuals. It could be your family, your friends, co-workers, whatever the situation is, the project itself, the system. You don't want to cause an issue. But yeah, I mean, easy said, hard to do sometimes, right? And some of you, there are certain burdens or expectations that other people have placed on you, which in certain respects is kind of unfair. You don't actually need to take on those burdens. You don't need to take on those lofty anticipations of sorts, and some of those things are just a bit far-fetched. What you really need to do is just take off the blindfold, take off the chains, get up and walk out of these preconceived notions or these expectations that some of them are unattainable at this point. It's not reasonable or rational or practical for such pressures to be placed upon you. What you really need to do is just focus on yourself and your capabilities and your growth, and do your best in the situation. Do you see this? Just to alleviate those pressures, those concerns, which these swords are about with you, and really cultivating your stride, your capabilities, you really, and to harness it and to further nurture it, it needs to be separated from these other judgments that you are taking too much on, which is interfering in the natural progression of your excellence, of your talent, of your capabilities, which is causing this doubt in you, this hesitation of sorts. Okay? So, again, it's easy to say, hard to do, because sometimes separating yourself from certain dynamics like that may take some time. It may take some flow. It may take you further going along this journey and recognizing more of yourself and your capabilities. Okay? But it starts somewhere, and you have to externally, especially start from here, whereby your steps forward is more grounded in yourself and learning of yourself and what you yourself can bring to the table, separate from what others try to place or expect of you. Okay? Further clarification. Thank you, universe. Yeah, see what I mean? The Eight of Cups. In your external world, you're being asked to let those grievances go. Let those particular cups that have these notions and other expectations. See, they're drowning. They're full of the mud water of sorts. They're not for you. You know what I mean? Those are other people's concerns and nuances and stuff like that. You need to let those go and walk towards your light, walk towards your purpose. Find your journey. Find what works for you. Okay? Allow those stressors, those emotional stressors and bonds to just separate from you. It takes one step at a time, like I said. It's not like sometimes it's overnight or something. It's not always like that. okay? But you have to take a step forward, followed by another step. And eventually, your pathway, as you notice here, it becomes lighter. It becomes less murky, less gray, okay? And gets more luminescent as you get closer to the sun, okay? Your sky starts to become clearer. Do you see that? You have to let go of these. Some of them are negative some of them are like, some of those expectations are laced with certain criticisms. This is what I'm sensing. Okay, you're not trying to prove anything wrong or anything right. What you need to be doing is just being you, just cultivating you. Just be you, and do your best in the journey. There's nothing wrong or right about that. It's just you being you, and it's up for others to accept it or not. But for you to do your best to shine in whatever capabilities and refine whatever capabilities you're working towards. Okay, universe, take a card. Yeah, see that? These people are trying to put you in a place where your worth or your credence of sorts or your value is placed upon their pittance of what they think of you. Okay? You're placed with the Five of Pentacles. You're placing too much worth in other people's opinions on a matter. You're allowing them to give you dictate your value or your worth or your capabilities, and you have to kowtow to them in such a way where they may give you an extra accolade or something like that, whereby that's not healthy for you. Okay, that's not healthy for your mindset. It's not healthy for your judgment when it comes to facilitating your physical needs and direction and investments and decision making like that. Okay, you have to separate your value from these people who give you pittance, and yeah, it's like it's like a thick kind of substance. You need to really wash your hands of it. Further clarification, thank you, universe. Yeah, see, Six of Wands. You see this? This is where you're headed. You see that? You're going to be shining, okay? Especially as you separate yourself from these understandings. You're going to come into a place of higher self-esteem, higher self-worth, okay? You realize that these people, or the situation or the subject matter or the system or whatever, it doesn't dictate your capacity. It doesn't dictate your shine. You are already shining, okay? You are already successful. You are already worth it, okay? You are capable of doing big and great things. And other people, as you go on your journey, they will further appreciate your authenticity, what you bring to the table, who you are. You don't have to pretend. And who you are nurturing, who you are building up. This is increase in focus and confidence, self-esteem, capabilities, moving from success to success. This is recognizing your true talent, who you truly are, separate and apart from other people's judgment. Okay? This is what's happening in your core self right now. Your core self is going through a change, an elevation of sorts. There's a process happening. Okay? It's a separation that needs to take place. It's very important. It's taking place now. Okay? So, allow it to take place in the direction that it needs to go. But just know that it may take a little bit of time, because I sense for some of you, you are may be in a certain field where judgment in certain respects is a part of the game. But you yourself need to healthily separate your worth from the judgment that is before you, and just continue to exercise your truth and authenticity and allow that to grow and carry you through this, in despite what other people may think with certain things. It's hard, it's easy to say, hard to do, but take one step at a time Gemini, take one step at a time. Okay? Eventually it'll get easier, it'll get brighter. There's a lot of amazing success that is in you, that is before you. Okay? So let's see what your basic preferences are at this time. Ooh, we already knew this. Your basic preferences at this time is that you wish it wasn't so hard. You wish it wasn't so taxing. You wish it wasn't so daunting, you know? You wish it wasn't so judging, like we were talking about. All these, there's criticisms towards certain levels of actions and concerns and decisions you make and motions and movements and the schedulings and all this kind of stuff. You prefer this not to be the case, but it is something that you are navigating through. So right now, your physical world especially may be a bit pressing. Further clarification. Yeah, see? The tower. Oh, there is a rocking of the foundations, as it were, happening in your life right now. But know that this conflict of sorts is happening to create change, to move you in a better direction, to highlight certain things that aren't working, that's bringing you stress, that you need to reconsider, that needs to be evolved. Okay? And I'm sensing it's more so for your betterment, for your greater good, even though it's kind of taxing, annoying, stressful in certain respects at this time. Okay? But know that the universe has your back. Know that it is for a purpose. Okay? If not for anything, at least to show you who you truly are, despite it all. Okay? Further clarification. Thank you, universe. Yeah, see it again? The King of Swords. This is someone who has gone through a lot of life experience, a lot of situations where they've developed strategies through varying scenarios and circumstances and has come upon it victoriously. Through trials and efforts and experimentations, they have come through in a realm where nothing can really shake them anymore. If any situation comes up, they know how to address it. They've been there, done that, got the postcard, they understand how to deal with it. Okay? Their kingdom at that point is moving like a smooth engine, as it were. Like what they put before with a decision or an action or whatever, it orchestrates, it progresses just the way they intended it, because they understand the nuances of things now. They understand how people think. They understand how they think. They understand how circumstances go. Okay? This is someone who is very experienced, the King of Swords, in the dynamics, the modality of life. Okay? And it is because of this experience that he's able to orchestrate his life and his kingdom in such a way where his strategies now work. He knows how to deal with whatever circumstances may come his way. Okay? He's freed up to further deal with more lofty ambitions as a result of it. He's very secure in his capabilities, very secure in his decision making. He cannot be shooken by other people's curses or gnashes of teeth or judgments or criticisms. He knows what works. And that is what's happening right here. You may be going through something, but it's a life experience. It's made to further cultivate that King of Swords energy in you. Thank you, universe. Another card, sure. Yeah, look at that. The Knight of Pentacles. This is a slow and steady process, and we already understood that. Okay? But it is a process with the Knight of Pentacles to fortify your feet, to fortify your foundations, okay? This process is promising for further elevation in notoriety, further elevation in your securities, further elevation in your finances, and knowing how to mitigate your situations and so that you continue to thrive, okay? This is further enlightenment on your health. Further, it's like a step-by-step process, and we already got that from before. It's a step-by-step process, a slow and steady stride, a slow and steady step. Not rushing, okay? Not jumping to conclusions, meeting the situations head-on and making the successful decision in it. Thriving, succeeding, growing in strength is what the Knight of Pentacles is. Okay, growing in abundance as time goes on, not going backwards, going forwards always. Understanding the situation and making the best out of it. You see? This is what's happening here. Your decisions bringing you wealth and security and abundance. But sometimes in order to facilitate those things in ourselves, sometimes our world is shooken so that we can gain from the experience. So know that whatever you may be going through right now, you could consider it a test if you'd like, or you could also consider it a type of fortification that the universe is helping you navigate through for your best interests. Because you can do your best to mitigate your own world. You can't really do too much to mitigate the external world, the outside world that's going on with you. But how you interact with it can make all the difference. So let's see what's happening in your romantic life. The devil energy. Yep. Well, that makes sense with all what's going on here. And Gemini, at this point, we are going to take this over to the Patreon to see the full Sun and Moon reading. I do invite you to, become a Patreon member. Lotus members get to see the Sun and Moon reading. And I believe it will be very beneficial for you. And I hope to see you there. We'll move forward with a bit of a preview. Thank you. Okay, for those of you who are Patreon members, thank you so much for being here. I truly appreciate you helping to facilitate the support and growth of the channel. So let's continue on. This is what's happening in your romantic life right now. So some of you, your work itself, your life, whatever the situation is, which clearly we see a certain levels of upheaval, it is a bit affecting your romantic side. Some of you are not free necessarily to cultivate any relationship at this time or really invest into one. Some of you, the stress of it all can be burdensome on the relationship. And I also see that some of you are actually using sex as a reprieve, as an outlet, just a decompression, as it were. It depends on how you go about it. Everybody has their own caveats on which to just breathe and take a rest, But overall, is what's coming through with the devil energy as it relates to your romantic life. It's kind of not entirely existent when it comes to romance. Okay, sex may definitely be happening, just like I said, as a reprieve, as a recreation. But some of you, if you are in a relationship, because of the stresses and dynamics, you may be on the rocks or not necessarily, like I said, investing into your significant other or others at this time. Further clarification. Yeah, the Empress. You see, the Empress facilitates levels of abundance, even levels of investing into relationships. That's what she is, okay? And it's something that she comes across as even pregnancy and stuff like that, okay? But there is a contrast. These are two major contrasts. There is a definite instability with the relational structure, okay? And for some of you, you may even be in a union where you have children, whereby maybe a lot of burden may be placed on one parent or the other as it relates to responsibilities because of certain career or project or other family dynamics. Whatever this relates to you is happening right now. So it can create a slight unfair teeter-tottering, okay? And for some of you, there may be certain elements of people who want to start a relationship with you, but you just don't have the time to facilitate to that type of energy at this time. You don't, because the Empress is very abundant. She's like full of the time investment. She's full of the possibility of family creation, great reputation on so many levels. And it's like a certain level of peace and security and a lot of social acumen, just wonderful, free-flowing, and having everything that you need, basically, the sustaining you and stuff like that, is really bringing you to higher heights on many of those social type levels, especially, and what nurtures and facilitates a happier lifestyle and stuff like that. So right now it could be just a bit teeter-tottery, okay? But I don't sense this teeter-tottering lasting forever. Like I said, this is a process you're currently going through, and that's how life is sometimes. Life is not, always, smooth. It has its ups and downs. It has its hurdles, as this shows, that we have to, do our best to get over and to mitigate, okay? I could tell you this, that the devil energy is a lot of times delusional. It's not going to be long-lasting in that respect. It makes you think that it can't be fixed, but the mere fact that the Empress is here shows that most definitely it can and it will be fixed. Abundance is there, okay? Good union, good harmony is there, okay? But there's just a dynamic that you're currently going through with this devil energy. It will not last forever with that turbulence, okay? And those who love you are there doing their best to support you in this, okay? And you yourself, I sense, are also doing your best to support a harmonious existence in whatever possible relationship this is, okay? But you can only do so much. And in some cases, for some people who may want to have a relationship with you, perhaps you're letting them know that is something that we can possibly talk about later. But right now, it cannot be supported, okay? This is the general message, so it hits where it hits for you. But I would not think this is the total destruction or anything of any type of relationship or something like that. That's not what this is, okay? Otherwise, I would have seen something much different. This is one of those hard times in a relationship where it calls for you to come together and just do your best in the situation towards betterment, okay? And not giving up, just understanding the circumstances as they are right now, okay? And doing your best in it. That's all this is. Further clarification, thank you, universe. Yeah, see what I mean? 10 of Cups. That abundant lifestyle is there. We already know that, okay, with the Empress. It's further facilitated, further shown, further emphasized with the 10 of Cups. This devil energy is just a passing, okay? It's just a hurdle, okay? The 10 of Cups shows that, yeah, family dynamics and unity is there. A potential to start a new relationship is there. A potential to find someone or some people, it is there, okay? There is a peace, there's a harmony, there is a loving embrace. There is that abundant connection that is there, okay? It doesn't only have to be carnal just to breathe, okay? It can be so much more, and it will be within wherever you fall into this, whether you're in a relationship, where you're looking for love, whether there's an introduction of love, whatever the situation is, there is potential there, okay? But you just have to get through this hurdle. Don't let the devil energy lie to you and say that this will be forever. It's not, especially when it comes to the Empress, because the Empress sometimes come through, she's like a time card. It takes time towards birthing a new understanding, but it is promised towards abundance. That's where you're headed. And the 10 of Cups is coming in and showing you that, yeah, abundance and a lot of good things in your lifestyle development, it is there. It's going to come, okay? Don't give up on it, okay? So let's continue on and see what else is happening for you. This is what's happening, like how you're flowing through life at this time on the external world. How you are moving through the world at this time. Well, we already knew that. The 2 of Wands. Oh my goodness! Look. We already knew that. 2 of Cups, 2 of Wands. You already know that you're almost at an impasse trying to figure things out, two minds about things, you know? So we have the Two of Wands, and it really is somewhat of a tough decision on how you're moving forward. I'm sensing it's not an easy decision. None of this is easy. Okay? But it is something that you can do, is what's coming through. I'm also sensing no matter what path you take, as long as you do your best, it's going to work out. Okay? I sense there are certain things on the horizon whereby one path may be a bit more daunting than the other, but both paths have venison on there. Okay? Both paths have great potential. Okay? One has a certain aspect of serenity, and another one has a bit more challenging, but sometimes those challenges are there to help you get to the top of the mountain, as it were. Okay, they both have types of success on there, especially. So what I'm sensing is that don't think so hard on it. Okay, the wands represent a level of passion. If you are true to yourself, the direction that you want to go in life, what brings you fulfillment, despite the circumstances, despite the challenges ahead of you, if you stay true to what brings you joy and happiness, where you see yourself going, that's the path for you. Further clarification. Yeah, again with that Wands energy. Eight of Wands. Whilst the sheep are the common folk per se, who just go with the flow of, just almost directionless, just move meandering and hopefully get somewhere. You're being encouraged to really fight, pursue, go fast towards what brings you joy. There's a lot of communication and opportunity that's involved in that, but you have to choose the path that really does speak to your heart, to speak to your mind. It's going to resonate with you. Okay, you're going to want to run to it. Okay, and I'm sensing there is going to be light and dark on that path. Again, life has its ups and downs, but it is something that you can do. It is something that you can navigate through. Further clarification. Yeah, again, with the choice. Seven of Cups. When you choose that path, again, you will have more options on that path. So right now you're moving through life where you have to make a lot of decisions right now. You have to change up some things right now. There's a lot of things that are being put, but we already knew all that, okay? Over there. We already knew all that. But again, you're being encouraged. Go with what brings you peace and excitement and happiness. Go with what aims to facilitate where you see yourself going, and not to please other people. True to yourself is what's coming through here with the Seven of Cups. Okay? There could be some good things in these cups, and there could be some bad things in these cups. Some of these cups aren't even, I sense, your cup, because it's someone else's cup and all this other foolishness. I'm sensing you are being asked to really flow in your vibration. Choose what lifts you up. Don't be concerned about everybody else. Okay? Thank you, universe. Another card. Great. Tower energy again. This decision, or the direction on the way that you choose about it, yeah, it's gonna create a new direction, or a new way on which to mitigate a current direction. Okay, but it is something that is required. It is needed. It is a necessity, because the old way of doing things, especially how certain things have been happening in your life and changing your life, some of it is out of your hands. It is changing, and you have to change with it. You have to adapt. You have to make the decision that's best for you. And if you don't do that, it really affects the flow of things. Okay, you will be living someone else's life, is what I'm hearing. You need to really be true to yourself along this time right now. The old ways of doing things, especially with certain things that were out of your hand, it kind of forcing you in certain respects to choose. This is going to set the tone moving forward. You want to be moving forward in something that really brings life to you. Okay? Thank you for the clarification. Yes, the Magician energy. The Magician energy. You have all of the answers in you. If you would only trust yourself, you will find that you can bring what you want into existence. Okay? The magician energy, he's not relying on the judgments and all the kind of stuff of others, like I told you. Concentrate on yourself. You have the answers in you. You know what you want to do. You just have to enact it. You know the direction that you want to go. You have the ability in you. You have to believe in yourself. Don't doubt yourself. Move towards what brings you happiness and manifest it into reality. You have the ability. Okay? Wow. See, it's readings like this that makes me want to just put everything on YouTube, because I really want y'all to heal and see these things. And like sometimes it grieves me when I do these, and it's like, unfortunately, everybody who's on YouTube, they don't get to see it on Patreon if they don't subscribe to the Patreon page. And it's like, this message could really help someone. And then I think to myself, well, if it was meant for them to see, then they will eventually see it. But it's like, sometimes you have to bring an opportunity to someone in order so they know it exists. You know what I mean? It's not always like what's meant for you is for you. Sometimes it's about us caring for our fellow man and seeing that there is a problem and can we help them? You know, and then that gets complicated for me, because I also think of myself, well, you know, I also have to take care of myself. And, you know, I can't just always just give everything out for free. And then before you know it, I'm destitute and dying from hunger. It's like there's a balance that needs to be done. And that's also comes with certain aspects of life. Sometimes it's complex depending on the situation, you know? And you make you do your best to make the best decision in it. And from what this is telling me, it's like Gemini is really going through a decision making that really will impact their life in certain respects. And it's like an encouragement that they can do this, and to persevere, and to know that they have to believe in themselves in order to be successful, in order to continue to grow and facilitate their hopes and dreams, and not allow these hurdles to lambaste them and keep them down. Strive above it. Keep going. I don't know. I might, every time, I might put this on, the whole thing on YouTube. You know, against my better judgment, I'm going to put all this on YouTube. Because I really do feel like Gemini needs to see this. Let's see what the crystal card has to say for the sun sign, Gemini. We have calcite. You know, this stone has been coming up incessantly for so many signs. Positioning this stone in any room or on your person clears all negative energy and washes away bad vibrations. Filled with powerful positive energy, this stone stimulates your muscles and brain, making you feel more energetic and clear-minded. And boy, do you need that, Gemini. You really need that. Let's see what your angel message has to say. Abundance. You see this? Literally what I said. You are headed into abundance, especially. But you have to believe it. You have to continue to work towards it. You have to separate yourself from those naysayers. Okay? Separating yourself from those negative energies. Don't allow people to dictate your worth and capabilities. Keep striving above. Abundance. You are, despite how it looks, Gemini, sometimes certain hardships come in which to fortify us, like I said, in which to handle the growth of abundance that's happening in your life. It is happening. It may be a slow and steady process, but it is happening. You are moving in a great direction. Let's see what abundance has to say. Abundance number 15. Okay. If I could turn the page. Abundance. Great abundance will find its way into your life. Your path will yield prosperity, providing a sense of security about the future. Your angels will be with you as you take the actions necessary to manifest your dreams. Abundance, what were we saying here? Abundance is not always financial in nature. You may be seeking to manifest new ideas, a large circle of friends, vibrant health, or romantic love. I mean, we covered all of that. This card can also reflect an inflow of any of these types of treasures into your life. Open your arms to heaven to receive with gratitude that which you deserve. Do you see that? Gemini, you have to believe that you are worthy. Okay? We're going to get into the moon sign of things now. Okay? So, let's get into this. Cards have already been shuffled, of course, as you saw. I normally even shuffle these even afterwards, okay? And I just shuffle it more when I'm filming. So, when the moon sign's over, because it's in more of an internal energy, what's going on in your subconscious and all that kind of stuff, as it may also impact your external world. Each one is over 2 lines or 2 pillars, okay? So it's going to be in the middle of those energies, okay? It's like culminating and moving around, and let's see deeper what's happening in you as it relates. So this card right here will be your emotional life, what your true feelings are in the situation. This card right here will be your desires, and this card will be your subconscious, which you may not be fully aware of. Okay, let's get into it. Oh my gosh. If anything, Gemini, your external world and your internal world is exactly the same. Okay, you are imbalanced about your life right now, which is not necessarily easy. 2 of Cups for your internal world, and what? 2 of Cups for your external world. Do you see that? This is the universe letting you know that it understands. And it's also showing that, yeah, this is what's happening with Gemini. There's no doubt about it. And every advice, every understanding is validated in that, especially. The universe understands that this is very deep for you. Some of you, I sense there is a type of expectation you've placed on yourself is what's coming through, as well as loved ones, as well as, I sense some people from who may not be with you, maybe some past loved ones, that part of your life is also saying that you really want to develop yourself in whatever capacity because of them being in your world. You don't want to necessarily disappoint them. But you really, that's all well and good, but you also really need to not be so hard on yourself by trying to go after or press yourself to the point of destruction for something that may be, I won't say unattainable, but may take a bit more dynamics on which to get there, a bit more time or certain circumstances. For some of you, it's the affection of someone, or to support a loved one who is with you. Could be even children of sorts or whatever. You don't want to let certain people down, and it's also for some of you really being hard on yourself on certain respects. Okay, a sense of perfectionism of sorts. It's like an imposter syndrome, and also fighting with yourself if you even are fully capable. I sense there's just a back and forth. All of it comes together, making certain unique elements of awareness in yourself. I don't sense that those things are entirely holding you down, but it really does affect you. Your internal world is trying to let you know that every part of that is beautiful. It's what's coming through. Every part of that is beautiful. Every part of that can be used, but you have to mitigate it, filter it, and refine it into a substance that is relevant and right for the circumstance. Yes, there are some times in life you have to be hard on yourself. Okay? There are certain levels of discipline, diligence, consistencies, you know? But then there are some parts of times where you need to just relax a bit. Perfection is like a delusion. It doesn't entirely exist. As long as you did your best, even your loved ones will be very happy with you. They are supporting you. They don't want you to self-destruct trying to attain the unattainable. Okay? When we sometimes lie to ourselves with certain things are just not attainable at the moment. In some cases at all, hence perfectionism. Okay? But I'll tell you, what is perfect is who you are and what you bring to the table. You bring something unique, and you have to now believe that in yourself. Okay? Is what's coming through. This is, you see how these hands and the two hands of you, it's like different culminations and colors, and like, life is so complex. You don't have to relegate yourself into the ideas of others or any one way of doing things and stuff like that. Allow those complexities to bring something unique and brilliant to the table. Okay? Don't constrain yourself so much in certain respects. Further clarification. Yes, the Queen of Swords. She takes levels of confusion and brings in a level of focus and purpose action. Purposable, I don't even know if I'm saying that word right. Putting purpose onto the action. Okay? Taking the chaos and putting into actual strategy, in actual planning. She puts her hands on it and gets it done. All of these different nuances and ideas and pressures and concerns, she puts it into perspective, yes. Okay? And she creates a plan of action and she goes at it with all that she can. Okay? You see how she's a bit more reserved and composed. You understand that? She realizes her power. She realizes she can only do what she can do. She's not going to bother herself with certain things that are outside of her control. But what is in her control, she's going to do her best in it. And she knows that she will be successful in it because it makes sense, especially. She sees the truth of the matter. She does not allow herself to go beyond in lofty ambitions that are just unreasonable, impractical. She's not going to allow other people to lie to her. She's not going to allow people to like put her on strings as a puppet or something like that. Okay? She's going to speak the truth of the matter. This is what she can bring to the table. This is how she's going to go about it. And this is the expectation that she expects. But even if that's not the full-on case, she's comforted in knowing that she did her best in it. Okay? And that's what you're being encouraged to do with your emotions. Put them into a practical, sound perspective. It'll help this. Further clarification. Thank you, universe. Yeah, the Lovers. It's actually your card. You see the balance of male and male and feminine energies. Okay? And I told you, some of you, you are doing this for a loved one, or loved ones, or even a passing loved one of sorts. Okay? There's a resonance of spirits is what I'm hearing. But this resonant spirits, they do want you to really be true to yourself and do, like, what brings them happiness is that you are happy. You don't try to be necessarily to facilitate certain dreams and goals which you think they would want for them in certain respects, or what you think they pressed upon you. It's actually the other way around. They just want you to be your best, do your best, be happy. Okay? And they just want to support you in your growth and your experience in this life. Okay? And some of you with those living understandings, as long as you're happy, okay, that they're happy. You're doing your best. You're cultivating what can be cultivated. You're being patient on what needs to be patient, and you're letting go of what, honestly, you have no control over. As long as you're doing your best, they're going to be happy in it. Okay? There is love in all that is happening with you, okay? But you have to allow you have to allow that love in. Some of you think you're less than, but no, you're much more than. You're just being a bit too hard on yourself. Further clarification, thank you, universe. Yeah, see what I mean? The Two of Pentacles again. Well, not again, I'm saying another two happening here. It's like a choose which one are you, how do I put this? It's like trying to meet those two expectations. You can't, there's certain, you cannot handle both. One is unreasonable and one is practical. You have to navigate and see which one is worth it. Which mindset, what direction. Only you can actually make that decision is what's coming through here. Okay? You can't expect to meet both. And only one of them is honestly what's true and right for you. The other one is a lofty ambition of other preconceived notions that are not really, it's not really for you. It's other things that it really has nothing to do with you, is what's coming through. It's other people's concerns, other people's baggage in certain respects. You don't need to carry another person's baggage. You have your own really good quality right here, okay? You don't need to take anything else more. Just focus on you. Universe, tell me more about the Two of Pentacles, because I feel like it's like Gemini is trying. Oh my gosh, how do I put this? It's like there's some type of, yeah, hold on. I see the moon. There's a lot of the pressures again, though. You're trying to make this mechanism work. The universe is saying it'll become clear as you continue on your path, and it's definitely something for you to figure out. So there is something that you are also burdening yourself with that is not your burden. It'll become clear, but you have to make that decision. The universe can make that for you because it's not going to force you, but it's illuminating you to know that there is something that you may be taking on a bit too much. You need to let something go. Okay? You'll figure it out. It's a part of your journey is what I'm hearing. It's an epiphany. It's a life lesson. You don't worry. I'm hearing some of you being a level of concern. Don't worry. You'll be fine. Okay? But it is something for you to get that aha moment. And for me to further into that, it would be taking away from your lesson in your evolution. It's and notice it's on the line, the two pillars with the King of Swords there and the other and the Knight of Pentacles and stuff like that. It's that learning aspect that's also happening here, that experience. You are transforming. Let's continue on. This is your desires, internal desires at this time. Yeah, the Ace of Wands. That makes perfect sense. You really want to succeed. You really want to move forward in success in whatever the endeavor this is. You want to feel purposeful. You want to feel like you accomplished what's coming through the Ace of Wands. And you will be. But it is going to take some work. Okay? Don't give up. The Ace of Wands is that opportunity that's finally open up to you to take it for all that it's worth. Okay? But the way you go about it and the expectations upon yourself, you need to reconsider how you may interact with that. Okay? But it is a great opportunity, a great purpose, a great mandate for you. And it is something for you to venture in and to further explore and to also evolve into, is what's coming through. Further clarification. Yeah, Two of Swords. You're getting a lot of these twos. I think you got almost like all the like the Two of Swords, Two of Wands, Two of Cups, two of Pentacles. You got all the twos. This is, again, the right here with the Two of Swords is like thinking too hard. Okay? Thinking too hard, and is this the way I should do it or this the way? Are they expecting this or are they not expecting this? You know? But again, I'm sensing just let go and follow your passion. Follow that internal fire that's inside you. Don't try to people please. This was coming through. Okay? This is like using your intuition in which to guide you through. Okay? Further clarification. Thank you. Yeah, again with the moon energy. Your desires right now is to really find focus, find purpose, find that answer, how to move forward, how to breathe through this, how to support this. Right now, it almost feels like you're underwater, like things aren't entirely clear. The moon's howling at the moon. But the moon has that luminescent, that celestial light. All you have to do is continue going to the surface and things will become clearer and clearer. So you're being guided to just continue moving forward with your authenticity, with your passion. Okay? What brings you happiness? What brings you desire? Okay? You're being encouraged to move in your intuition. Follow that longing, that purpose in you. Okay? And things will become clear. You don't need to let the howling in the moons and the waves in the water kind of make things clouded and just dark. You don't need to have the water in your lungs. This was coming through. You see, you got the moon energy twice again. You got the blindfolds. You are being asked to follow your passion. Be true to yourself. Stop trying to please in certain respects. Stop trying to get the accolades and the judgment from certain other people or whatever the situation is happening in your life. You're fully being encouraged. If you want your desires, you want the desire of acceptance in certain respects, you need to accept yourself. Okay? Gemini, the universe told me don't say too much more because this is a lesson. This is a process. You are evolving. You are changing. You are growing. This is a process that you're going through. And you're being told you are not alone. You are being supported. The universe has you. Sometimes it's tough love, but it is going to get you to a better place, a stronger place in which to facilitate the abundance that's coming in your life. Sometimes we need a stronger modality, a stronger mentality, thicker skin. And this is what's happening. You are being refined, you're being lifted up. Let's see what the subconscious has to say, which you're not aware of, the universe wants you to be aware of. Yeah, 7 of Pentacles. There is a cultivation of who you are. We already understand that. All of this is for a purpose. 7 of Pentacles. The universe is shining the light on you, it's growing you, it's nurturing you. Understand that even in the tough times, you are not alone. Okay, the universe has you. It is helping you through this. Sometimes it may not even feel that way, but it is. Don't give up. You see these pentacles down here? It's great abundance ready to blossom. Don't give up. The universe has you. Further clarification. 7 of Swords. It is leading you away from tribulations. Okay? Sometimes there's a strategy. There's a fight towards getting out. Okay? That's what the 7 of Swords is. You're leaving turbulent waters, leaving stressful times, fighting your way out, deciding that this is what I'm going to do. This is how I'm going to go for it. I'm not going to stop. I'm getting out of this. Okay, and there we go with the moon energy again, illuminating. You keep going forward, and the path will get brighter and brighter. Further clarification. Yes, 10 of Wands. This is the end of a trying time, the end of a pain, the end of a different cycle. Moving on to a better chapter. The pain, the backstabbing, the depression, the loneliness, the complexities, the stresses, the things that just pained you, ailed you. It's ending, and you're moving on to better days, better times. Not to repeat this again. This is like a not repeating the same upheavals that you're going through. The universe is taking you to a better place. This whole thing is to make you better. Do not give up is what's coming through. You are going to a better place. This pain will not repeat itself. It's making you stronger to be able to handle, like I told you, that abundance that's coming forth. These are the subconscious and with the understanding of the universe and even in your eternal higher self is vibrating and letting you know, don't give up. You have the ability. It's leading you to a better place. Let's see what your crystal card has to say. Moss agate. Moss agate is strongly connected to nature. Found across the globe, it is considered to be a lucky stone working with the heart chakra This stone brings abundance and growth to your life. It brings all of the healing properties of earth, air, and water with it. What did I say? It is a growing process. Your angel message? Ask your angels. When in doubt, if you need further support, further assistance, further guidance, ask your angels. They will help you. Trust that intuition. I know that you feel it. I know that you sense it. Trust yourself. You have abundance, and ask your angels. Let's see what ask your angels are saying. Ask your angels, number 19. Ask your angels. Your angels are always with you. However, you must ask for their assistance in order for them to provide you with the help you're seeking, because heaven respects your free will choices. State your questions to your angels clearly. You can do so either out loud or silently in your own mind. Your angels will instantly help you according to divine will. Your angels may also have special messages for you about the situation you're asking about. Sit quietly in a peaceful place indoors or out in nature and ask for advice and guidance. Notice what messages come to you. It's possible the answers will come to you through your feelings, hearing, or sight, or perhaps you will just know the answer. You can also ask the angels for signs during the day to guide you onto the right path. That's what I was sensing around here, especially with the moon energy. When I was going deeper, it's like the universe said, these are lessons for you to learn. It's not going to impose certain things. You have to trust yourself. This is a learning. There are epiphanies to have in this. Okay? Speak to your guiding angels. Trust yourself. You can do this, Gemini. Life is complex, but I know you can do this. I wish you the best. Bye. Okay, that has been your reading. So excited. I really do hope that it was helpful, that it edified you, gave you some encouragement, some good advice on which to navigate whatever it is that you're dealing with right now and going through. I'm really wishing you all the best. Please remember to like, share, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon, consider becoming a Patreon member. It really does support the growth of the channel. So much things I would like to bring forth to you. Yeah, I think that's it. So stay great. Bye.